Hello, class. This is week two, and my every week I'm going to do a video just to kind of do housekeeping. There'll be a couple of classes that I will do an actual lecture, but that would be more PowerPoint format. So hopefully you're enjoying the class. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in discussion threads. I feel like I'm getting to know a lot of you folks. Um, the first one was really about introducing yourselves. I read through each of everyone that actually participated in that. So we got most of the class. There's a couple who were missing, but look, we're there. And and then in regards to the discussions for the first week, there was four discussion threads, three of them in topic number one, which was, what is marketing, what it is and what it isn't. Um, and, really healthy discussion. So thank you for that. I think the most popular discussion there was the history of marketing. Pretty much most of the class participated in that. I thought the Steve Jobs video was going to be a hot topic. It was good, but it didn't get the amount of dialogue that the history of marketing and the 21st century of marketing did. One quick note: I want to give a shout out to a few folks. Alan, Alice, Michael, Rashida, Alyssa. They took the time to and I know I'm going through them, so I haven't read all of them, but I do like the idea of people taking from the reading and citing kind of what they've read and kind of connect it to their discussion. So I appreciate that. The more that you guys can do that, it just indicates, that you're diving into the reading and you're making the connection, which is good. Um, then topic number two was really the learning objective there was starting to understand what a marketing plan is, and it's important because your case is going to be connected to that, which is for this week. And there, the fourth topic was the SWOT analysis. So with the SWOT analysis, I love the SWOT analysis. So thank you guys for who jumped in and started doing that. That was actually really, really insightful just to get to know each and every one of you guys who did that. The discussion there was really to for you guys to act as a product and tell us what your strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats were there. Um, Everybody did an amazing job. Loved the dialogue. I loved even the insight of what you guys think is a strength or weakness or an opportunity and threat. One thing to note with that, I think most people got it, but when you're doing a SWOT analysis, one of the key things you need to think about is strength and weaknesses. When you're doing that analysis, it's really about the internal organization, right? Like, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and when you're thinking about opportunity and threats, what's outside of the business, what's outside of the product, what's outside of yourself, that could be the opportunity and threat. So sometimes there was a little bit of confusion if we can consider that an internal like strength or weakness or an opportunity threat. We can go back and forth on that. So bear with me. I'm still reading through the majority of what you guys sent over. So um, give me a few days, a couple of days to do that. I mean, I was so happy to see like 250 posts at one point. I was like, okay, I have a lot of reading to do. So thank you for that. One thing is going to happen today at 2 o'clock. Those discussion boards for week one will be locked. And then that helps me kind of go through it and just see who's participating, who's not. And I'm adding up the amount of discussions that are initiated and then kind of dialogue back and forth. I think we're off to a healthy start for week one. So I think a lot of you guys are going to get that A on the discussion side if the momentum that you guys have are going to continue for the next 6 weeks. So I opened up week number two on Monday, and every Monday I will be doing that, and every Wednesday I drop in a video. And week two, which is topic number three, each week we'll have 1 to 2 topics. The most will be 2. Usually I do 2 when there's not a case study. So this week, you have just one topic: how customers look for value. And the learning goals for that is really, I want you to start understanding consumer behavior, right? And the process to analyzing it. What do we need to think about when we're thinking about consumer behavior as we're thinking about our product and marketing as a whole and developing a strategy? How do you get the insights from that behavior so you can be better at, communicating, finding the right channels, figuring out your pricing? And then, what are the variables that we need to think about from a buying process perspective, and when you're making some key marketing decisions. So you have you have one um, textbook that you'll be looking at, and you're reading two chapters within that textbook that talks about what we just talked about. We'll be looking at it from a consumer side, and then I also want to dive a little bit into kind of business to business. So something that could be interesting to some folks if they're working not with the consumer side of marketing, but the business side of it. Give me 1 second. I'm checking one thing as I talk. Yes. And then I have two videos that are going to be great for you guys to take a look at. Video is always fun. And then the last piece is there will be a presentation in there that it acts like it's a video and kind of takes you through just the process of how a consumer makes some decisions. And then I have basically one discussion thread, and it's really just asking the question about retailers, and I want you to kind of look into your own experiences with retailers and give me a perspective from what you've learned through the class. And then finally, it's the first case assignment that you guys have, and it's a Harvard Business Review case. It's called "A Rose by Any Other Name," and in the original syllabus, you'll see kind of the key questions that you should be answering for the business case. Any questions about that, please get in contact with me. And if you have any challenges of actually getting that Harvard Business Review case, I would recommend everybody the first time they open it up, download it or print it out, because I know that there's a certain amount of time that you can go back to that case without paying for it. So I would ask everybody to just print it as soon as they open up the case from the link. Well, good luck, guys, for week number 3. Again, I'm always accessible. One thing I have done this week is I've created MS Teams, Microsoft Teams. I guess it's a instant messenger kind of platform, and I've created I created groups of 5 teams, so you guys can interact with yourselves and try to coordinate as you're doing the case. It's just another forum for you guys to communicate, and you guys can create your own format, your formats to talk to through GChat, through text, however you guys want to do it. I'm just giving you all the tools that were given to me by Seton Hall so you can utilize them. And then I'm part of those threads too. So please talk nice about your professor. But I'm on there within each of those threads. And if there's any questions, you can just direct the question to me through that also. Thanks again, and looking forward to seeing the discussions and the cases. Remember, the cases are due next Thursday by, I believe, 6:30. Let me just make sure that I'm giving you the right time. Yes, by 8:30. So your first case will need to be delivered to me by next Thursday, which is February 1st at 8:30. And all discussion boards close the following week on Wednesday. So when I drop the video, just wanted to give you that heads up. Again, thank you again. Looking forward to the continuous dialogue, and we'll touch base. Thank you.